Princess of the Thebes, it has occurred to me to visit the altar of the gods, bearing this princess as a suppliant and this incense. Our king is not himself. His noble soul is overworked with fantasies of dread, else he would consider the new prediction in the light of the old. He will listen to any voice that speaks disaster, and my advice goes for nothing. To you, then, Apollo, Lycian Lord, since you are nearest, I turn in prayer, receive these offerings and grant us liberation from defilement. Our hearts are filled with fear when we see our leader distracted, and helpless sailors are terrified by the confusion of their helmsmen.
Friends, now that you can direct me, where can I find Oedipus' house? Or with where's the king himself?
This is this place, stranger. He is inside. This is his wife and mother of his children.
I wish her happiness in a happy house, blessing all the fulfillments of her marriage.
I wish as much for you. Your politeness deserves a good fortune. But now, tell me, why did you come? What do you want to say to us?
Good news, my lady, for your house and your husband.
What news? Who sent you here?
I'm from Corinth. The news I bring should mean joy to you, although maybe you will find some sadness in it.
What is it? How can it touch us in both ways?
The word is that the people of the Isthmus intend to call Oedipus to be their king.
But, all King Polybos? Won't he still rule?
Not that holds him in his grave.
What are you saying? Polybos is dead?
If I'm not telling the truth, my I die myself.
Go in! Go quickly! Tell this to your master! O Father of God's will, where are you now? This was the man whom Oedipus long ago, fled so, in fear of destroying him. But it is another fate when he dies.
Dear Iacos, why have you sent for me?
Listen to what this man says, and then tell me, what has become of the dignified prediction?
Who is this man? What is news for me?
He has come from Corinth to announce your father's death.
Is it true, stranger? Tell me in your own words.
I cannot say it more clearly. The king is died.
Was it because of treason or by an attack of illness?
A little king brings all men to their race.
It was sickness then.
Yes, in his many years.
Why should a man respect the king or give attention to the bird that single above his head? They predict that I say to him, my own father, but he is dead, and I am here, never to see, never, unless he died of sadness for my death. And so, in the sadness, no, only was a spent God. They are empty words.
Hadn't I told you so?
You had. It was fine heart that betrayed me.
From now on, never think of those things again.
And yet, must I not fear mother's bed?
Why should anyone in this world be afraid, since fate rules us and nothing can predict it? A man should live only for the present day. Have no more fear of sleeping with your mother. How many men in dream have lain on their mother? No reasonable man is bothered by such thing.
That is true only.
If only my mother was alive, but she is alive. I cannot help her.
Yet, this news of your father's death is wonderful.
Wonderful, but I'm afraid of women.
Tell me, who is this woman that you fear?
It's Merope, the wife of the King Polybos.
Merop, were you truly afraid of her?
And fortune teller say terrible thing.
Can you tell me about it? Or are you promised to silent?
I can tell you, and I will. Apollo said to his brother that I was the man who married my mother, kill his father with his own hand. And so, I will strike them no harm has to come. although it will be nice to see.
And is this the fear that drove you out of courage?
Will you have me kill my father?
As for that, you must be convinced by the news I am giving you.
If you will convince me, I will repay you.
I had that in mind. I will confess. I could count on you when we get back to Tori.
No, I will never go there.
Ah, son, you still do not know what you are doing.
What do you mean? In the name of God, tell me.
If these are your reason for not going home,
I tell you, I fear the prediction might come true.
a good might come upon you through your parents.
That is the fear that I always have in my heart.
Can't you see that all your fears are not reasonable?
How can you say that? They are my parents, surely.
Polybos was not your father,
Not my father,
no more your father than the man speaking to you.
but you are nothing to me.
That was he.
Then why did he call me a son?
I will tell you, long ago he had you from my hands as a gift.
Then, how could he love me if I was not his?
Had not children and his heart turned to you.
What of you? Did you buy me? Did you find me?
I came upon you in the crooked path of Kitairon.
And what were you doing there?
Take care of my livestock.
Are you on wandering serpent?
But you saved your son that day.
From what did you save me?
Your ankles shall tell you that.
Ah, why do you speak of the childhood pain?
I cut the bonds that tied your ankles together.
I have had that mark as long as I can remember.
That's why you are given the name you have.
But, was it my father or my mother who did it? Tell me.
I do not know. The man who gave you to me can tell you better than I.
It was not you that found me, but another.
It was another shepherd gave you to me.
Who was he? Can you tell me who he was?
I think he was said to be one of Laius' people.
You mean Laius who was the king years ago?
Yes, King Laius, and the man was one of his shepherds.
If he's still alive, then I see him.
The people here know yes about such thing.
Does anyone here know the serpent that he is talking about? Have you seen him in the field or in the town? If so, let me know. It's time to make things clear.
I think the man he means is the same shepherd you have already asked to see. IOCASTE perhaps could tell you something.
Do you know anything about him, lady? Is he the person that we have called? Is that the man this shepherd mean?
Why think of him? Forget this herdsman. Forget it all. This talk is a waste of time.
How can you say that when the clues of my true birth are in my hand?
For God's love, let us have no more questioning. Is your life nothing to you? My own is pain enough for me to bear.
You don't need to worry. Suppose my mother a slave and born slave, nothing bad can touch you.
Listen to me. I beg you, don't do this thing.
I will not listen. The truth must be told.
Everything that I say is for your own good.
My own good broke my patience. Then I want none of it.
You are wrong. You will never learn who you are.
Go! What of you?
And bring the shepherd here. Let's leave this moment to brag about her royal name.
Miserable. That is the only word I have for you now. That is the only word I can ever have. I will never talk to you again. Where has she left us, Oedipus? Where did she live in such great sadness? I'm afraid of the silence. Something terrible might happen.
Let it come. However base my birth, I must know about it. The queen like a woman, she perhaps ashamed to think of my low origin. But I'm a child of luck, I cannot be dishonored. Luck is my mother. The passing month, my brother have seen me rich and poor. If this so, how could I wish that I were someone else? How could I not be glad to know my own birth?
If the future time is known for the reflection of my heart, Kitairon, now in heaven I see the torches at the next full moon festival, and see the dance and hear the choirs sing. A grace to your gentle shade, mountain where Oedipus was found. O mountain god of a naval race, may the God who heals us lend his help, and let that glory happen for our king's cradling ground. From blooming nymphs beyond the years, who bore you, royal child, to fan up the hills or the timberline Apollo, call in delight where the headlines clears, or Hermes, for whom Kylan's haze are staked, or flushed like the evening cloud. Great Dionysus, ruler of mountains, he was it the who found you there, and caught you up in his own pride, arms from the sweet god Ravisher, who loved by the muses' fountains.